Hello, everyone. Welcome. Let me see if I can find the chat. Come in, chat. Um, Skull Aquatics, if you dare. How is everybody? Welcome, welcome. Beta and Guppy Gal, always good to see you, my dear. Skull Aquatics. Rolling into a holiday tomorrow. Coming up here in about an hour and 3 minutes. For me, those of you on the East Coast, I assume you've already been enjoying, well, you'll be enjoying Thanksgiving in an hour. So, who's up late and why? I'm up late because that's what I do. I am working this Thanksgiving, so much as is a nurse's life, it involves working on holidays, and I enjoy it. The break from the norm. Wait, it can't be yet, Beta Girl. That was my bad. And I'm getting crackling, so I'm going to leave at the studio and come back, because that's usually all I have to do to get it to fix itself. All right, everybody. Nope, I still hear it. There are gremlins in my audio, folks. I think I'm back. Skull's out there. Hey, Skull, my audio is screwy. Let me switch to my earbuds.
I hear that.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. Can't seem to get rid of it. Might try this. Is that better? No. Okay.
No.
Hang on. It's Thanksgiving. I'm so thankful for technology.
All right. Let's go to the chat while Mike is screwing around. Nathan, Black Bar Inler babies. I couldn't tell you because I can't count that high. I've had 20 to 30 each time usually.
Now I can hear the crackling really good in my ears.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome, dude. Stephen P., good to see you, man. So I see male guppies in there. Where's the females, dude? Uh-oh. Maybe he's gone for good. Nathan, do I think the amicas will mess up the pygmy cories are kind of small? Probably not. I actually have shrimp in with the amica splendens, Nathan. And there's 50 or so in there. I mean, I'm sure they get a few of the small ones, but as long as the pygmy cories are big enough and you got enough places to hide, you'll be fine.
Dang these audio gremlins. Trying to steal my joy.
Wow, you're outside now?
With that?
Is that your earbuds or what?
Stop cam. It's my earbuds and then like my regular audio when I take the earbuds because I started without the earbuds.
I finally gave up on my earbuds that had the mics built into them because they were the same way. They were quiet, staticky.
It just happens sometimes.
Yeah.
When I stream. I don't know why.
Cora, I saw you pulled your Danios out. I bred those once just to see if I could do them. That was kind of an interesting experiment. I had to have
How about now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're Cracker Jacks over there, dude. Snap, crackle, and pop.
I'm Cracker Jacking.
You're Cracker Jacking.
Well, welcome to the stream. The females are in another tank with another couple males, and they need to be moved back into this tank. But I had 3 males in there. Those are the Hawaiians.
Yeah, we need to trade some sometime. You need to send me some Hawaiians, and I'll send you some of the Stan Schubel greens.
Yeah, I need to work on the Hawaiian colony and like getting it more up to date. I basically.
Hey, there's Fishy Mom. Fishy Mom, come back. Come back, bro.
Bro, it's falling apart over here.
Yeah, come back.
I don't know what the deal is. Let me turn it off and come back. Tell them a Thanksgiving story. Thanks for coming on the
Yeah,
stream, buddy.
a Thanksgiving story, like if I knew one.
Oh Lord.
Nathan, I'm gonna have to send you a picture of what I consider fully planted to hide fish. I guess I could show it, couldn't I? Yeah, you're messing with that. We'll just show it. Let's see. Can you see the moss in that tank? That one right there. That goes all the way to the top and it's coming out. Easy, Patty. Calm down. And Nathan, the Amicus splendens came out of that tank with all that moss. That's a 2 or 3 gallon bucket full of moss. The secret to breeding a lot of fish. Have a ton of cover. I have so much moss. I have a 10 gallon sitting behind me that's just full of moss that I got to do something with. Probably send it out to people. I might have even figured out how to send moss where it survives. The only way I've got moss to survive when I send it out is I send it out like a fish. It's completely immersed in water. Actually, there's no air in the bag. It's just a full bag of water and moss, heat sealed, and it's made it every time. So Michael, are you even still here? Maybe not.
Maybe now. Nope.
Nope.
Dang it.
Nathan,
I'll
you want to
change
be
my
a
name to Cracker Jackson.
Cracker Jackson? Nathan, you want to be a test dummy? That's fine with me, dude. I've slowly been accumulating you some more stickers that maybe you don't have.
There you go.
You got to get your sticker wall. You got to get your sticker wall popping.
Just got all mine gathered and I'm like hoarding them. And when I go through them, it
Yeah.
brings me great joy. Yeah. So I actually haven't put them up anywhere, but I get them out every once in a while, like after an event, and I put them, the new ones that I've gotten, the old ones. They're not organized in any way, but I just go through them and enjoy it.
Yeah, mine aren't either, but you know, like all the ones I got up from Aqua Shella, when I see them, is like, I remember talking to that guy. I remember talking to that person. I remember
Yeah.
looking at whatever, you know, and it just brings it back to you.
Right. There's also the Who's This. I got a couple of those. I'm not sure whether they were just stickers that were picked up off of tables, so I didn't actually have a conversation, or whether I forgot. Which I feel, yeah. I would feel bad. I would feel bad if I had forgotten. You know what I mean?
There's a few I got at Aqua Shella that I had to go back and look up their website, and then it was like, oh yeah,
okay,
that's the guy that does this.
Right, because there were quite a few stickers gathered on what was it? Fish Fam Link on their table. I almost said Jenna
Yeah.
P, but I mean, like, yes, Jenna P was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We know
Representing.
she was. We know she's the boss. Everybody knows she's the boss.
Hey, man, you want to know what? I mean, like, giving the most responsibility to the most able person, like, not only makes sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she strikes me as a benevolent leader. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she's out there to like harm anyone that doesn't have it coming to them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. They don't want to put me and you in charge of nothing because we're just gonna
mm-mm.
wander off and go somewhere else.
Yeah, like, look, man, like, you and I, ushers at best, at best. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, stand
Yeah.
there and like, be like, yeah, dude, you can sit down over here. You know what I mean? Like, that's about it.
Yeah.
Something
And
to where if we did wander off, it would be fine. Oh, I guess we don't have ushers now. You know what I mean?
yeah, because that would be us.
So I apologize for the audio. Anybody that it is hurting, please uh,
And Steven
stay.
said Jenna doesn't even harm the people who deserve it, which
Well,
would be
hey,
us
man.
again.
Yeah, probably. You know what I mean? Like,
'Cause I wander in and out of fish shows just like, oh,
I mean, it
squirrel, look at
hasn't
that.
happened yet, but I have a feeling that Jenna's just gonna sit me down and give me a stern talking to at some point. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, in order to like help me be a better me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, maybe.
you know,
You don't know. So where's
feel
your
like
next
I feel
adventure
like
gonna?
I feel like a come to Jesus meeting with Jenna would be very productive. You know what I
Well,
mean?
we'll have to ask Steven how that goes.
Right? I need
There's
Steven to
Mister
come
Eight.
fix my audio.
There you go.
Maybe I can click on and off again. Let me try that. I haven't played that game. Echo cancellation, turn it off. Automatically adjust mic volume, turn that off. Turn them back on. Nope. AirPod.
Um,
Yeah, now I hear it on my iPad.
yeah. Steven said that she
Now I
could
hear
give
it
you a
in my
pep.
AirPod.
She'll give you a pep talk.
Hmm.
I want to watch the pep talk. I want to be there.
Oh, I feel like, yeah. I mean, like, I feel like I feel like it's something we could do. You know what I mean? If Jenna feels that I wouldn't be distracted by chat.
Yeah. And I can hide behind you because nobody will ever see me. So
Yeah, so I'll have Jenna on one evening, and it'll be like the New Year's pep talk. So we'll do it in January.
there you go. So where are you gonna go next? What's your next plans? Anything in Austin going on? Any shows? Anything?
No, man. I have purposely been not paying attention to anything, so as to increase my time here at the house. So there have been some cool things going on, but I've been missing them because I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, it'll be a working holiday for me. My mom is with her sister in Georgia, so they should have a wonderful time up there.
Nice.
My sister is uh, hanging in Houston. I'm sure she'll be with some friends and family down there. And my wife and I are just looking forward to having a happy, like, chill weekend.
Yeah.
Come home, hang out with her for a little bit before I go to sleep. But I'm very freaking like grateful, thankful that I'm employed and that I enjoy my job. there have been many Thanksgivings where I couldn't say those two sentences. You know what I mean? Like many a year. You know what I mean? So I'm
Can,
pretty happy with everything.
can you see what Patty just put in the chat?
Hmm. I just
Can
ate
you
a
see that, or
Twix,
you?
and the scream sounds like me opening the wrapper. Nice, the
And there's
wrapper.
Jenna. Jenna's coming to give you your whooping that you
Jenna,
need.
yeah, man, you coming to give me a? You gonna? Will you come on in January and give me a pep talk for the year? Help me get my mind right. I would next year than this year. The bar has been set really, really low.
So I told Vibes last week that he needed to
Hmm.
go from Austin to Kansas City a couple of times.
Well, I feel like for interstate travel, it's probably best to travel in a group, so I'll have to go with him.
You should, and we can stay at my daughter's house for free. And
That sounds pretty good.
Alexander Williamson's going to be there
Oh
in
yeah,
June, and the
yeah.
next week or the
What's he
next,
doing down there in June? Is he doing a talk or what?
he's doing a talk at the Fish Club,
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
and the next month is Lawrence
That's
Kent,
great
who's
because
a
he was mentioning that he was wanting to do more of that.
yeah. The next month is Lawrence Kent, who's a big. He's a sickly guy, but he's actually been to Africa and collected out of all those lakes.
Oh man,
And I was
that's a
just
tough
like,
choice. I mean, I
I
would
was like,
probably choose Alexander Williamson, but I can
yeah,
see vibes wanting to talk to Kent quite a bit about cichlids.
yeah.
You know
He's
what
a
I
very interesting
mean?
man. He's got the stories
Yeah,
of being
no,
out in the rowboat with the crocodiles
that's nuts, bro.
and if Kansas City has two big swaps a year. In February, they have a plant. They have a plant company that comes in and sells plants at like
Oh, that's
a
pretty cool.
huge discount. Yeah,
Like a big plant place or what?
yeah. It's one of the plant places out of Florida. Shows up with tables of plants that you can get good deals on.
Hey, I just thought of something.
So I'm gonna be there. Oh yeah, now you're muted. You sound good. What's up, Jorge? Good to see
Let's
you,
see.
man. Vanoski, good
Lights
to
went
see
out.
you. Yeah, now you sound fine. There's Ian from Atkins is here.
So it got fixed.
Yeah, I don't know what you did, but
I
must be
muted. I
it's your
muted the mic. I muted the microphone on the camera in the
yeah.
fish room.
It sounds
So
fine now.
the static was being picked up on that.
I was gonna say I, I was gonna say it's your magnetic personality was causing
dude.
that.
I mean, like it's a blessing and a curse. You know what I mean? Um, it's almost like having a superpower.
Yeah,
My extrovertedness.
you were definitely that. I can attest to
Yeah,
that.
you know what I mean. But I think that I prevent conversations from happening sometimes because I talk too much. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm
Oh yeah.
excited.
Until people know you and they're just like, hey Mike, shut up, let me say something.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like yeah, on those yeah, I feel like my first impression can be too strong. I don't know.
Yeah,
But live and
sometimes.
learn, right?
But you always have a big smile on your face and you're laughing, so it's
Right.
always
Well,
taken
yeah,
very
I'm quick to apologize.
yeah, it's taken very well. You're just energetic and happy.
Dude, I get so keyed up around you guys, and around the fish. Like it's great. But sometimes I feel like I have like 27 aquariums in my garage and like I'm not out there enough. You know what I mean? Like I have this big expensive toy that I don't play with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's like I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta be mindful.
I get that lecture from a few YouTubers about, I know you have this tank of whatever. Where's the video? And it's like, oh yeah, I'm planning on doing that someday.
Yeah, exactly.
Someday.
Right. You know, you got to slow roll this YouTube.
Yeah.
It's not recommended. It's not the fastest way to grow, but if you slow roll it, you know what I mean? Like, I will say this, I'm not stressed out about my YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Like, I have not set
No,
myself a bunch of deadlines and like try to freaking,
me either.
so
I'm
you know
just,
what I mean? But
whatever
nothing
happens,
ventured, nothing
happens.
gained either. So,
Yeah.
so where
I
you
don't
been
need to,
keeping yourself?
me working.
Yeah.
That, that 4 letter word work.
Mm, okay. Well, that makes
Work,
sense. I mean,
work down here. And I've got 2 cars I'm working on that I should probably be
mm,
doing something on them tomorrow, but I'm not sure that's going to happen.
well, it depends on
We'll see.
what the weather's like, right?
No, I have them in the garage. In the
Oh, okay.
garage, heat is on. I can turn the TV on, do whatever. It's just that ambition part that, got to be
Yeah,
ambitious.
I'm like paralyzed by my addiction to my phone,
Oh, I'm not.
basically.
I'm
I
the guy
just,
that gets in.
man, I
I'm the
like,
guy that gets in trouble at work because my boss will text me and he's like, "I texted you an hour ago." I was like, "Oh yeah, my phone's over there." He's like, "What?" Like, yeah, I could lose that and I wouldn't care.
yeah, I've been checking out, like, I saw somebody making a glass axolotl today. It was like 3 feet long, and he was like firing it, and it looked so
Yeah,
cool.
I'm gonna have to
Yep.
tell Mexicali that I'm upset with him, right?
Okay.
Because
Why are we upset at Jorge?
the guy that
I'm
he
already
had
in.
on the guy that had on Saturday, Ivan. I'm gonna screw the last name up. It's Mikojli. I started watching
Makochi?
his videos, and I was just like, "Well, here goes my next 20 hours."
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like that's a good reason to be
Yeah,
angry with him. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's like Jorge, you and Steve, you just keep bringing these people that I've never heard of, and then I'm just hooked.
I know, but they're so cool. Love meeting new
Yeah,
people.
Coro's got the name in there.
Eekers.
Yeah, actually, Jorge, thank you because he had fish in there that he was collecting that I've never even heard of.
There you go, man. And like that, that doesn't happen to a guy who has a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean
So
that.
that is rare and special. The more experience you have in the hobby, right?
Yeah, that channel is worth giving a watch to.
For sure.
He goes to a stream and he sets, I don't know what it is. It looks like about a 29 gallon on a stand next to the stream, and then he goes underwater filming, shows the substrate, shows the plant, shows the fish that are in it, and then he collects it and
Oh, that's awesome.
he makes a biotope in his tank, and you're like, yeah, I want that one. I want that tank. I want that tank. It was addicting. Super cool.
Yeah, I'm still in my daydream phase where I think up tanks all the time in my head. I'm like, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm not
Yeah.
doing anything.
And it's like Sarah says, Mexicali's killing it with his guests. He just keeps. I was telling Tommy that me and Tommy are at the bottom of the totem pole on this guest compared to some of the other people he's had. People that aren't watching Fishy Plancy Moss are missing out.
Right. I
You're missing
do
out.
enjoy that one. That one actually holds its replay value a whole lot too.
Oh yeah.
I catch that one on because their Saturday stream is in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sleeping and then working, and then there's a couple areas of time that I can actually
Yeah.
sit and watch a
Yeah.
stream.
Yes, Mr. Ian, you did miss that stream. It was last Saturday.
Yeah, man. Throw the link out for the episode and Mr.
Yeah.
Ivan as well. Feel
Yeah.
free.
Somebody needs to. Do you know Jeff Pelham? Pelham's
Yes,
Aquatics.
I watch. Yeah, I watch. I've watched some of Pelham's Aquatics. I enjoy his
I,
friends that are regularly on there too.
I sent him the link, and then it's like at midnight on Saturday. He sends me a message. He's like, "Thanks a lot for the link. I missed all the live streams today."
Oh
And
yeah,
it's like,
man. No, that can happen.
it's like I didn't tell you to watch every video today, dude. You did that yourself. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
So I got some moss that's very happy in the bottom, and some hornwort that isn't very happy. But that's about the way it grows indoors for me. It really fuzzes out, looks more like a coontail. Um,
Yeah,
in a pond. So like the natural light really helps it. These shop lights just don't do it justice. But I mean, it survives and it eats up all that extra
Jeff.
stuff in the tank.
Yeah, I never really had a lot of success with that one. I mean, it
Sweet
would do
Jeff.
all right, but it would do all right, but it wouldn't do great.
Yeah. But I mean, like mostly, if it just starts doing poorly, if there's no babies in that tank, I have a really big siphon, and it can handle most of those needles. So when the needles drop off of it, I can get them up off the bottom,
Yeah, yeah, I don't even have it
and
anymore.
then I just take out the bad part and leave the good. And if it totally dies in the tank, it's done its job, like getting rid of the extra stuff, and then I can add some from another tank where it's doing well.
You know, my new favorite plant is the African fern, the bobitus, not the big leaf one, but the fern. You
I'm
don't.
not sure what that one looks like.
Let me see. Let me see. It's that one in the light colored tank.
Oh wow!
And you don't
How
plant
about
it.
that
You don't
one?
do anything.
It's
You just
which
drop
one? It's like all three of them.
that one.
That one. Ooh.
You just drop it in, and it'll eventually spread all the way across, and then you can just break a piece off and put it in another tank.
Okay, so is it on a like a rhizome?
Yeah.
Okay. So don't bury it in the substrate.
I don't even have any substrate. I am intentionally getting rid of all the substrate.
See, I'm going the opposite way. I'm slowly putting sand in all of my tanks.
You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's gonna. There's a tank that's always been a problem.
Yeah, but
Um,
like in the
like the
in in the spring when I'm trying to ship fish, I can't be dealing with a planted tank. I would love to. I love planted tanks, but
yeah. I mean that is
I'll drain
true.
the water about halfway down in the buckets, pull the plants, pull the sponge filters, and then it's me in a big net against the fish so that I can catch them.
Right.
You know, and then away they go.
Yeah, I might do that if I start selling fish, but I don't think I'm going to be that busy for a good
Yeah,
while when I start. You know what I mean?
yeah. And Ian saying no substrate blasphemy. Yeah, if you're gonna do a show tank, a display
Right.
tank, yeah, I would have like everybody else does, but I don't because there are weeks where I've caught 200 or 300 fish to send out, and I don't have time to chase them around all the
That's
plants.
true.
If you've ever tried to catch like a zebra danio,
Hmm.
man, you got to have two nets, drain it down to 3 inches, on and on, because they're
Yeah.
wicked fast. And I have a bunch of wicked fast limias and stuff in here that one net you're not going to get any of them ever. But
So uh how many packages a week are you doing? Or are you batching them and then it's like you're doing a whole bunch and so you just do like 50 at a time or
it depends on what's ordered.
okay.
You know, it comes and goes. There's some weeks I don't ship any, and another week I might ship 80 fish.
Okay.
It just
And
depends
for
on what's
80
going
fish,
on.
that's like probably like what, 6 or 7 customers or so
Oh yeah. Usually most
okay.
most order just one species.
Okay.
But it's just a nut house in here when I do it, as you can imagine.
Right.
I have
I mean,
I have containers sitting everywhere with fish that I caught, and then in the other room I have my heat sealer and my bags and the air, and it's just nuts. And I only do one fish per bag, so if I send 80 fish, that's 80 bags, and then I double bag, so now we're at 160.
yeah.
So
But I mean, it seems to be the smartest way to go. And
it's probably
I
the safest. Yeah.
yeah, and I was at the Clash and I saw Dan uh
Mm-hmm.
make some bags live and stuff like that. And that really made me feel much more confident about shipping. I've still only shipped once. They all made it, you know what I mean? It was the Doc
Yeah.
Anthony and I did the water bottles. I
Which
put one fish in a water bottle and yeah, man, they did all right.
technically, if you read all of the rules, breather bags and water bottles are against the rules.
Yeah, but
They have
also
they have
when
everything
I
that's
mailed them, I took all of the bags of liquid. I took those water bottles and put them inside a large bag and
yeah.
rebuilt the box like right there. And then I walked up to the
Hmm.
counter and she goes, "Are there any liquid in there?" And I was like, "Nope." "Any live
You know what
animals?" "Nope." And
you know
she was
what you
like,
tell them.
"Okay."
You tell them it's aquarium plants. I've never been questioned, and I always throw like a crypt or a bag of moss in there. So if they open it, it'll be like, yep, there's an aquarium plant. I just didn't happen to tell you about the 40 fish that's in that box.
Yeah.
And I never put the live fish sticker on there. I have a whole roll that's just sitting there. Those are the only boxes I've ever had trouble with.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like if your box is going to be mistreated, it's going to be mistreated whether it has a live fish on it or not.
Yeah.
So
And
you might as
they're the
well
ones that
put it in there and hope for the best. You know what I mean?
they're the ones that
Like we always do.
yeah, they're the ones that took 5 or 6 days, and the ones that I didn't put the sticker on were 3 days. They were there. So
So Nathan
you know
Hobie
what?
says that he was impressed with your bagging of the fish.
Yeah, that was. I mean, my boxing took twice as long as his unboxing video
Right.
because it probably took me an hour to put that box together. So when I do it, it's like,
But an hour well spent because things
oh
went
yeah,
well.
yeah, they all made it. I've had a couple in the last 3, 4 years I've had a couple of shrimp that didn't make it. I had some limia tigers that didn't make it, and that was because of the post office.
Right.
You
So
know,
were they all just because it got delayed?
yeah, they were delayed.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. But I turned right around and sent another box, and it was fine to the
Yeah.
same person, which is what I'll do. You know, if you say, "Hey, the box showed up 6 days, and most of them were dead or whatever," it's like, well, you're getting another box next week, so be looking
Right.
for
Yeah.
it.
It's best to send another box. It's just like, well, I don't feel that
Mm-hmm.
those are going to do very well for you. So let's get this sorted.
Yep. Yep. We should have all went into the shrimp business like Matt and Shelby did, because shrimp are a piece of cake. You can put 20
Oh
of them
man,
in one bag. 20 of them in
I'm
one
at
bag and a little bitty box, and off they go.
right.
That's way different than shipping fish.
It's Jenna's birthday, and I didn't wish her a happy birthday. I asked her for favors.
Yeah, it
You local
was.
Austin, get it together, man. Happy birthday, Jenna.
Yeah, you see what Bunny said?
There you go. Yeah, no, like
Yeah,
yeah. So I mean, like I would say that that proves that it's a thing.
yeah. And I try to pack them tight enough that if they move the box around, it doesn't slosh. They can't hear the water.
Right.
Hopefully. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, he's just shipping a plant, or he's shipping whatever." And 99% of them make it fine. The other ones I
Yeah.
take care of. It happens.
Yeah, I had paper in there to make sure that the were in there,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it went well.
I didn't even know the post office rule till Foxy told me that any liquids have to be double bagged, and I was just like, "Oh, well, good thing I've
Well,
been double
yeah, I
bagged.
mean,
Good thing I've been
right,
doing it that way because I'm paranoid." But
right, but you could also do single and then put all of those inside of a bag. You have now double bagged. You know
yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
what
You
I
could
do.
just use a large bag for everything as a
Yeah,
precaution.
I'll put a fish in. It's like a, is it a 4x8, something like that? And then I
Okay.
put two of those bags in a bigger bag, and then I heat seal that one, so it's two in one.
Yeah. Dan was taking like the 9x20s and he
Mm-hmm.
was making the first bag and then making a bag out of the top.
Yeah,
So yeah, the part that you cut off, you can just seal the bottom of, and now it's another bag.
yeah. I'm lazy. I just pull them off a roll.
Right. I've got a roll, and it's the textured freezer bag, but I'm not worried about it. It's still 4 mil,
Mhm.
and my wife bought
Yeah,
a roll of it, and it's for a food saver. But we'll either get a
yeah,
new food saver and just keep the old one in the garage.
yeah. I
So,
use the four mil that I get off of Uline. And you get like
yep,
750 bags for like $30 or whatever it is.
nice.
And they're the ones that
Coro
they sell the heat sealer too.
Coro says doubling up on breather bags reduces the breathability. I believe that is true. I think you don't
Yeah,
want anything.
I would not do that. You're actually, from what Mr. Greg Sage does, because I watched him do it, he does a breather bag. He doesn't double bag either and gets away with it forever. He just wraps a paper towel around it. But
Okay,
he ships in a styrofoam box, not styrofoam lined. He ships in a styrofoam cooler,
right.
which is different.
Yeah.
If you get a box from him, you're like, holy crap.
Yeah, I want to see how much it would cost to mail the coolers
Yeah, and
because
last
my
time I
client
talked,
gets some medication in a cooler box,
it's
and
just based on weight.
it says Uline on it. So yeah, he's got a bunch of them piled in his garage.
It's
So
based on size and weight is all it's based on. It doesn't matter what it's made out of.
right,
Because I have some small ones that are like 12 by 6 by 8. They're a little bitty
yeah,
styrofoam cooler. That's what I
this
ship
box is
shrimp in.
this box is pretty big.
Yeah, I got the small ones at the dollar store. They were $1 a piece. So
Okay,
I bought like 40 of them,
okay.
and I've shipped them, and they make it. They're just fine. I think they worry more about the styrofoam than they do about the cardboard because they're gonna know we screwed this one up.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like, so you're not putting a box on it at all.
No, just the cooler. Just put the label on it. Just tape it shut.
Okay.
And they pretty much don't care.
Yeah, just the cooler box. Just the cooler box, I imagine, can be money. But like, that's why I was like eyeballing these ones that come every month from my guy. They're
Yeah.
just sitting in his garage. He doesn't have any use for them. You know what I mean? I was like, that is money and packaging that I could save, but it might be too big of a box.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To where then the shipping cost of the size would be too much.
Yeah. Greg gets them from the university there. They get shipments in and they just give him the boxes if he comes and picks them up, the coolers.
Right. Yeah. And I
I was just like,
I
what do you mean you
believe
get them for
everybody should,
free?
yeah, everybody should reuse. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like those can be used more than once.
I have one over there that he shipped me, I've taken it places where I've bought fish, at a swap or something, and I use it to put the bags in.
Hmm.
And I saw Steven's question about the air. I don't have an oxygen tank. It's a 2 outlet air pump that I have teed into one line, and that's what I fill the bags back
Right.
up with.
Yeah, and that's the key. Don't be blowing in there with a straw because you're going to be putting CO2 in there. But if you just
Mm-hmm.
use like a regular, that's what Dan said that he used up until like, I can't remember how many years he said, but
Yeah.
he's done more years without using oxygen than using oxygen. And he goes, using oxygen is better, but we shipped for years with good percentage rates. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
before that. So you don't have to use oxygen.
I mean, I might get one in the
If you
future,
use
but
oxygen, you can put less air in the bag. That was the
yeah.
difference. It was like put more air in the bag. So it's one water, two air.
Mm-hmm.
And with the oxygen, I think he's doing 50-50.
Yeah.
So the water comes
Because
up to half.
it's pure oxygen.
Right.
I don't put much water in my bag either. Just the bag may end up about 8 inches tall, and there's 2.5 inches of water maybe,
Okay.
and they've been fine so far.
Yeah, Nathan, I've done the same. They're up in the ceiling.
In the ceiling. Yeah, and like Coro says, more air is just more sloshing unless you get that bag tight.
True.
And there's a lot of other things. Is like I don't use tank water.
Only
Make
only
your own
Oscar
water.
says that Daniken uses an air pump.
Yeah, and I've got fish from Daniken. They were just fine.
Yeah, man, I saw a short on Instagram from Daniken, and it was something that I wanted. I can't
Oh,
remember what
in
type
that
of
house,
fish it was.
in that house, who knows
Yeah,
what
it
it
could
could
be.
be?
Yeah, it could be anything, right?
Yeah.
Was it a striped Raphael catfish? It was black and it had orange stripes down either side of the body, like a lateral orange line on both sides of it, and it was a top view of it, and I was like, "Dang!" I think that might have been it.
No idea.
What George says no. What are you saying no to, George? You hit that thumbs up. Don't tell me no. Just kidding, George. I know that you probably already hit it.
Yeah, I save just like June does. I save the boxes. I save the styrofoam because you never know. And most of the places I buy fish from are completely unknown to most people.
Yeah.
You know, there are breeders around the United States that people have never heard of.
Right. I mean, like if they don't have
You
a
know,
social media presence, I haven't heard of
and
them
they
because I'm new.
and and they don't want one. I
Right.
know
And they don't have to. And
three
that's
that
what's
I deal
beautiful.
with. Yeah, three that I deal with, and I've told them, I'm gonna mention I got these from you on a video, and they're like, no,
Right.
no, no email, don't tell them my name, don't say anything. This is my thing in my basement or my garage, and
I
I
think
want to
it
be
might
left
have
alone.
I think it might have been my I think it might be like the fact that I'm like older now. I don't think I would have thought of it in my early 30s or 20s, but I still haven't looked up his name in my email, but the gentleman who bred those gold marble angels that I have, I've gotten lots and lots of compliments on them. They're beautiful angels. And he said, "No, you can mention me." But I asked him specifically. I was like, "Is it
Mm-hmm.
okay if I mention your name, or would you prefer me not to?" You know what I mean? And like, I think that's something that everybody needs to,
Yeah.
kind of be courteous. You know what I mean, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, like, yeah, some people just want to breed their fish and they don't really want any notoriety or any notice or any interaction, you know what I mean?
Nope.
Like,
But those are the guys that you'll see show up at a swap, and you're like, where did this stuff come from? And it's
i
some
love i
guy.
love seeing stuff at a swap.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a guy.
And I
I'm not
can't.
gonna say what town he's in, but I'm gonna say he's in Nebraska, and I have a lot of rare, crazy fish,
Oh,
but he's
Nebraska
like,
Pete.
no,
Is
it's
it
not
Nebraska
Nebraska
Pete?
Pete.
No.
No,
Oh,
no, and he wants nothing to do with any of it.
perfect.
Yeah, and it was like, that's fine as long as I know who you are.
Right, yeah, as long as we're good,
Yeah, we're good. I go to Kansas
George.
City and Des Moines and Omaha all the time, so I'm gonna swing by his house, and he probably won't let me shoot one picture. But that's all right. I'll get some crazy stuff from him.
There you go.
We'll see. I just have to leave Mama at home so that she doesn't see what I do.
Yeah, that's true.
She doesn't say
My wife,
much.
hey man, my wife knows that I'm crazy, and
Yeah,
so she was like, "Okay, this account over here is for fish things.
yeah.
When this balance is zero, you can't spend any money on fish things." And I was like,
She's
"Okay."
she's she's actually like acted. I don't know if it's true. She's acted shocked. Like if I go to Kansas City or Omaha or somewhere to a swap, and I come back and have like a kind of a pleco and something else, she's like, "Really? That's all you got?"
Right.
I'm like, well, I didn't know I had the keys to the car and I could just go, you know.
Right.
I was trying to stay in line and not get in trouble. But who knows what I'll do with the Kansas City stuff this year. I need to contact Austin of Fantastic Freaks again and see, because he's up there, so he knows more of all the schedules of all that stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, he just
Yeah,
started streaming again this past week again. So,
yeah, because
sounds
he's in
like
council.
he's
He's
back to it.
Yeah, he's in Council Bluffs, which is like there's Omaha and there's Council Bluffs and there's a river in between.
Okay.
So he's in that area where he knows all the good stuff.
Right. And
Right.
when he's streaming on the regular, he's real good about talking about events that are coming up and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, and I have to go hunt and search on the internet to try to find them because I'm from him. I'm about 7 hours away. But like I said, I can stay at my daughter's for free,
there you
which
go.
only puts me an hour from where he's at. So yeah, we can go hang out and go do some stuff.
Yeah, that'd be
And
fun to go freaking pal around, man.
Sketty Nona's mentioning the Quad City swaps. I am one of them. I'm going this year, whether it's the spring or the fall. I don't care how.
Yeah.
Because my
I
son,
hear there's
my
some nice things that come out of there.
TM Aquatics told me that in the first hour they had over 1,000 people in that swap. That's how big this place is.
Okay.
And he took high dollar Corys and high dollar Plecos and sold out the first day.
Okay.
And I was just like, wow, I don't know that I want to walk in there or not. Oh, Sarah says she's going to go to that, and so does Jeff Kane. Yeah, we need to get together because I want to go to one of them. We can all meet up there. It's in Davenport, Iowa. And Whip Swirl goes. Primetime Aquatics goes. There's a bunch of people go. And it's just a huge, giant building with a swap meet in it. I'd probably have to sell a kidney or something, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got two.
Yeah, I mean, I can lose one, right?
I mean, yeah, in theory.
We'll see how it goes. I need to check my schedules.
Right.
I haven't decided where I'm going to go next year at all. I'd love to go back to Aquashella, but it was like, do I go to Aquashella or do I go to the swap? Do I go to the Clash? Do I go to OCA? Do I go? Who knows?
Man, Clash was really good for meeting people. I will say that.
Yeah.
Aquashella was a little off last year, but I mean, it's in
It's
Dallas. I might go to that again. There's a fish event in Houston, like December 9th.
Coro
Can't remember what the name of it is.
in Dallas.
No, in Houston.
Oh, in Houston. Oh, yeah, the Aquatic Expo
Yeah,
or something like that.
that's on December 9th. But yeah, I don't know whether I'll go to that or not.
Yeah, because I've been telling Warrior Planet Tanks that he needs to go so that I can text him and ask him what he's seeing, see if he can buy me something.
Right?
Because that's quite a ways for me.
Right.
But everything in the Midwest, if I can go meet Jeff Kane and go meet Sketty Nona, heck yeah. And Austin,
Yeah.
I'll go hang out at that. Because my son lives in Des Moines, which is about 2 hours from where the Quad City swap is. So I can go up and hang out with him, run over to the swap, and then come back and have all kinds of buckets on his kitchen counter instead of mine. and then come
Yeah.
home. Because that's probably what I would do. Probably have one of the only vehicles that has like 6 buckets and air pumps in the back seat. But it'll be fun. I'd love to go.
Good night, Sketty Nona. Wait, all good, Sketty. Never mind. We're not saying good night to everyone. I misread.
No.
I need glasses, y'all.
Sarah, my son doesn't have a fish tank. He has a shrimp tank.
Yeah, man. It's like a fish tank, but
Which,
busier.
well, he wanted something little because he rents.
Yeah.
He did. He didn't want a 75, so he's got.
Right. So
What the hell is that
size
thing?
tank did he end up?
It's like a 6.5 cube
Okay. All right.
that he's got a bunch of my blue diamonds in.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I
yeah.
really-
He's like, once every other month or so, I pull the sponge out, squeeze it in a tank, and every 2 or 3 days, I throw a little bit of food in there, and I just sit and watch them.
Mhm.
I was like, yeah. Last time I was there was about a month ago, and I got him to take me to like 8 different fish stores.
Wow.
And I was just,
great.
I was
tour.
just, no, I was thoroughly bummed. Because the
Why?
best pet store he went to was Petco. Out of all of those in that area,
Mm.
that was the only one that was clean. The lights were on. There's no dead fish. I mean, it was a pure saltwater
So it was kind of
store.
it was kind of a horror tour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was,
We just went from one store to another.
it was scary.
Like, man, it was bad.
Pop
And one of them
scares
we walked
in every
into had
aisle.
like, it had to have been like a 220 or 200 and some gallon tank. And it had a parrotfish dead right there by the door.
Yeah.
And I told the guys, like, you didn't notice that fish just laying there? He's like, oh, I haven't got to that yet. I'm like, probably had to get that done. But we went to the Petco, and it was just like, holy crap, this is like double the size of the one I have. It had all the tanks, all the lids, all the lights, and all the tanks were all nice and clean. And I mean, I didn't buy any fish, but
Right.
just like-
Well, I mean, there's all sorts of stuff going on in Houston. Like,
yeah.
you can walk in and like they've got like a basket. You know what I mean? And like inside the basket is like, I don't know, like 85 to 130 like 50-cent piece size red-eared sliders. You know what I mean? Like just all
man.
just stored in just for sale in a basket. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, you know what I mean? Like
all sitting
I
on
guess
top
this
of
is-
each other.
yeah, it's just like I guess this is Saturday. They're gonna sell so fast. You know what I mean? For like $20 a piece.
No, I was on the west side of Des Moines. Because that's where he lives. So we didn't go too far.
Only Oscars. Skull can sell you a bunch of what is it? A bunch of native. You know what I mean? You
Oh,
like
the
brown
wilds?
shrimp? Yeah, man.
I pulled
Skull's
one
been
out
saving some wilds for me, but he can give you some
Oh yeah,
of them.
I pulled one out today and put in a separate tank because that wild came out black.
Interesting.
I have one tank where there's one that's kind of a reddish pinkish.
Mm-hmm.
There's one he's like a real like chocolate color, and he has a white stripe down his back. And I pulled a black out today. And I was
So you're just pulling like the weird throws, and are you putting
The weird-
weird
the-
throws together, or
yeah, I'm putting the weird throws together,
okay.
and they are wilds I bought probably 10 years ago from a breeder in Texas who has since retired.
Oh,
But
wow.
he imported them in.
That's awesome.
But I have plenty of those. I have a bunch of blue diamonds. I don't have very many blue bolts because they sell.
They're wilds, Jeff. I said native being a dork.
Yeah,
That was my bad.
yeah, they're wilds. So you'll get every color under the sun. There's some that I've seen that are a little bit yellow. I mean, you can see how they did the colors, because if you
Right.
collect all the ones that had like the yellow or the blue to them and kept breeding and breeding, you could get to blue. But I just let them go,
Yeah.
and
I ran into
they're the hardiest shrimp you'll ever get.
I ran into somebody at the Clash, and he had some. He had some. I don't know whether they were like a black really or whether it was like a black like wild, but he was like they were really. He said that they were really trippy looking. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And um, I want to say they were like a really, but they had like stripes on it. And he was like they're not worth anything. He was like, you know what I mean? Like they're basically like kind of like getting back to like wild type or whatever. But he goes, they're just interesting looking. And he
Yeah.
was going to we were gonna do a trade, but I never heard from him again.
Yeah. Usually, if you can find them online, they're only going to be
Mhm.
like $1 a piece.
Right, yeah. He was like, they don't have any worth. And I was like, well, you know, and he wanted endlers. And the only reason why I have those endlers is because I thought one of my buddies down the street who just lost all of his endlers would like more endlers. And he was like, nah, I'm going in a different direction. I was like, oh, okay. So I have like I have a I have a tank full of endlers, you know what I mean? And those seem
Yeah,
to
me
be
too.
but somebody always comes by and buys some when I
Yeah.
did a swap. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, I heard you had endlers. I was the only guy there with endlers. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, man, I got some endlers. And like, she's got a toddler and they have a tank in the kitchen. You know what I mean? And like, they need more endlers every now and then to beef up the numbers. I'm all like, no problem. She's bought from me more than once.
Yeah, the only endlers I have are the original black bars, which I've had for years. Years and years.
Coro says, but I've seen orange and pink and yellow and brown scuds in amongst the regular clearish ones.
Yeah. You get all kinds of colors out of them.
So they actually have colors. It's not that they ate something of a certain color.
No, because they'll, well, mine,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, mine,
Mm-hmm.
whatever color they are, they stay that no matter what I feed them. Whether I
Okay.
put baby brine in, I put tropical flakes, I put algae wafers, whatever,
Yeah.
they stay the
Well,
same color.
it would make sense. I mean, like they have a exoskeleton, you know what I mean? Like they would have some pigment as well, you know?
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Stephen P, he got rid of his yellow tiger endlers.
Yeah.
Not that they are real endlers anyway. Yeah, man, I have no idea.
Yeah, they're a morph. You know, I don't know if you ever look at aquabid, but a lot of people say, "Oh, this endler is so rare and this and that." And it was like, well, it can't be that rare if I see it on aquabid every week for $20.
Right?
You know?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like rare according to who? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like rare according to the guys that, it's according to the people that only shop their local Petco because that's all they've got, and they're scared to order fish online.
True.
You know what I mean? So I mean, like,
And the other thing about aquabid is if you start watching, you'll see who the reputable sellers are. Don't order right at first. Just keep watching.
Yeah, just keep
And
an eye on
you'll
it for a
see,
while.
yeah, you'll see the people that are constantly, they're breeding, getting good reviews. And half the time you can click on their name and come up with an email address. And you can just email them and say, hey, this is who I am. What do you got? Let's leave Aquabit out of this. You can do that all day long. And I agree with Coro. Aquabid needs a renovation. It was built, I don't know, Windows 95 maybe. It's not the most interactive place.
True.
But I've seen a lot of other ones
Had
that
too
are
much
worse.
coffee.
Yeah. I got to grab another drink here.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. 12:07 my time. We've made it to the witching hour. Everyone set an intention for tomorrow, whatever you want. I recommend setting like 3 very small, easy goals, maybe 1 hard one, so that at the end of the day you've got 3 under your belt and one that you didn't think was going to happen anyway, but you're all right. Mexicali, congratulations on the wheels falling off your keto diet.
Just a keto diet.
Good times.
There's probably a lot of people's diets are going to fall off tomorrow.
I agree. I need just a second. I'll be right back.
It won't be my diet because I'm not doing nothing tomorrow. And I have to work the 2 days after that. So anybody that's here today, Vibes is going to go live Thanksgiving evening sometime. And he's going to have all kinds of guests up. So anybody that wants to jump up there, jump up there. I'll probably jump up there today like I am. Or tomorrow. It is today. I'll probably jump up there tonight like I am right now, be a dummy. Oh, Jeff Kane, someday you need to finish that house, dude. Someday I need a video. I need to email you so that I can find out everything that's in that fish room because you're holding out on me, dude. I need to know. Way more in there than I know. And Sarah, you're in Iowa, right? You're up there somewhere too, right? Somewhere. For people that don't know, I have 3 kids and all of them moved northeast where it snows more, which I still don't understand.
That seems weird. At least you raised them all the same way. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're in Des Moines. No way. Well, I'm going to have to send you a message next time I'm up there. I'm up there at least a couple times a year. 2-3 times.
Nice.
Cora, I know snow is good for the soul. It's also good for my back when I'm shoveling the crap. I got a snowblower now, so we'll see how that works.
Yeah, you excited about that?
It's still going to be working somehow. It's still going to be work. Still going to be work.
Nice.
But Half the time I take the snow that I shovel and I put it in the back of our trucks. Put that weight in there so that you get more traction.
You know, that is a super smart idea, and I had never thought about it before, but we
Mhm.
only get ice down here, so
Yeah, you guys. Half the time we
we
get
only
the
get
ice and
ice
the
and
wind.
we get ice and then power outages. So
Yeah, we don't get
that's
that
all we
very
get.
often. Most of our stuff's underground, so it doesn't get screwed up.
Yep. Well, it's cheaper to put it up in the air.
Yeah. Sarah, my son is, what is he?
A million?
No, he turns, no, he's a Thanksgiving baby. He turns 24 this week.
Right on.
24. Got done a couple years ago with college and wrestle for the college and all that in Iowa. That's why he's up there. He went to Iowa and never came back, which I don't blame him.
That's true. I moved from Houston for college and then never went back.
Yeah. And my daughter went to KU, and she did move from there, but she moved all the way to Kansas City, which is like less than an hour.
Yeah.
And she never came back, and she won't. None of them will. My other son lives in Topeka. He won't come back. They like all the traffic and concerts and whatever goes on up there.
Yeah.
I just slide into town and stay at their place, whichever one, and then I make them drive me around so I don't have to drive.
It's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. Works out good for me. I told my daughter if I go to the Clash next year, it's going to be planes, trains, and automobiles. And she was just like, "What is wrong with you, old man?" And I said, "Well, I can take the train from here to Kansas City round trip for $100. She can pick me
Okay.
up. She can pick me up and take me to KCI, and I can fly from there to Philadelphia, dirt cheap. From Kansas City to Philadelphia is dirt cheap. And then if I got to rent a car or ride in a car or whatever, there's my automobile. So it's planes, trains, and automobiles, just like the movie.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. And it last time I priced it, it was under $700 to get there and back. Because if I fly from this little podunk town, man, that's over $1,000 plane ticket.
Stephen P. Spitting truth.
Yeah. Yeah, we both met Steven, so
Man,
Steven was
yeah.
having a good day when I met him in Aquashella because it was hot as hell in that place, man.
Yeah.
And they were working. Me and you were screwing off. They were working.
Yeah.
So yeah, Steven's a good dude. I like Steven.
Me too.
We'll have to meet again when we're not in that crazy situation.
Well, there's always the after type times and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Can be easier.
there's just so much going on at Aquashella. If you talk to somebody from
That was the
for
thing
five
about the
for
clash
five
is
for
people were sitting down. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And like you could sit down with different groups of people, and it was really, really nice.
and you couldn't do that in well, you could in Aquashella, but you had to go away from the show. You know what I mean? Like outside or at those tables that they had. And
Yeah,
then
there was plenty of
it
areas
was
to like sit down.
it's so loud that from all the freaking people. That's what I told Vibes. If we don't go do your walk around video before the show opens, you ain't getting one, dude. Because I'm not carrying that camera completely above my head just to follow you around.
Right.
Because that's how many people there is. It's crazy. But yeah, my wife keeps telling me, she's like, every year you just need to go to a different show. If we can only afford one, just go to a different one every year and just see what it is. And I was
Right.
like, okay. I got her to agree to that, right?
That's how you
So
do it.
I'll probably hit Kansas City. I can pull off the Quad City swap because I can throw that in with we're visiting the sun, so I can cheat on those, and then I'll probably go to the Clash. I don't know if I'll do Aquashella.
Yeah, I mean, it's up in the air, but my niece likes to go, so I have a feeling that
Oh yeah,
it would be a huge disappointment if I didn't
your,
go.
your niece is super cool.
She really is. She was just here last weekend with her
I haven't
parents. She is growing into an adult. Like every time I see her, she's got another 6 inches on her. She's growing like a weed.
seen her do anything on her YouTube channel. If I can even keep up with that thing,
Right. Yeah. I don't know what she's been up to.
because it
She's been
changes
in a
names. It changes names like every week, and I'm like, who the hell's that on my feed? And it was like, oh,
all right.
That's Michael's niece.
She sent me just a picture of her torso, and it was just the Tennessee Fish Mafia. She was like just showing off her Tennessee Fish Mafia shirt. So it was like arms and torso and just like the logo. And I was just
Yeah,
like, cool.
yeah. I'm gonna have to talk to my buddy Ed there that I don't have one of those shirts yet.
Yeah, man, you just got to talk to Ed. But dude, bring cash. He doesn't do any
Oh,
online.
he's gonna trade me something. I guarantee you,
I
because I'm gonna have something in this fish room
I
he's been
see what you're
looking
talking
for.
about now.
He's been looking for something for about 10 years, and I'm on the verge of getting it. And then I'll be like, Ed, it's time to make a deal. I expect a shirt, a hat, whatever. We'll see. We'll see what he's.
That's right. That's right, because he's got hats too.
Yeah,
A Tennessee Fish Mafia beer koozie would be a good thing as well.
yeah. When he told me what the fish he was looking for, it was like, I think I know the guy. I think I know the guy that collected them in the wild. I can probably get me some.
Nice.
And I talked to him. He's like, yeah, what are you going to send me? So it turned into a me and an Ed deal to a me and the other guy deal. And it was just like, well, this is going to take a while to come around, but that's all right.
But it'll work.
And then I'll have them too. So, oh, Jeff, Jeff, I'm not going to say it, but I'll send you a message with what it is.
Pumpkin cheesecake sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, I can't tell you. I can tell you it's a light bear. I can tell you that, but I'll send you a message, Jeff, because it's something that probably nobody in the fish fam has ever seen. And I heard him say it one day, and I sent him a message like, "How bad do you want these fish? Because I might know a guy." And he's just like, "Oh my god!" I was like,
That's
"Calm
awesome.
calm down, dude. I got to get him in my possession first."
Right. Well, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy, and Ed will put out content and show them off.
Oh
So
yeah, and
you
he'll
know
love
what I
them.
mean. So we'll all get to enjoy them.
He'll love them, but since he doesn't ship anything, I'll
Mm,
keep some for me, and then when I breed them, everybody else can get them. So we'll see. It'll probably be spring when I get them,
right.
because I don't live in Texas where it's 80 degrees during the day.
Yeah.
You know, right now we have a high of 33. So
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the 30s yet.
probably not.
We have had a couple of nights where it was 40 something
Yeah.
as
You
like
still
the
got your,
low, but I mean like it was only below 50 degrees for like 4 hours. So
you still got your ponds running?
hmm
Yeah, I run my pond year round with no heater in it.
yeah,
And
I was told
it'll
that my uh I don't know what type of plant it is. I think it's a taro of some kind. It's like an
yeah.
elephant ear plant kind of shape. I was told that that would die back and be fine in the pond as long as it doesn't freeze solid. And I don't think it would. I don't know. So I'm thinking about leaving the bigger one in there and taking
You'll find
the
out.
two small ones inside.
Yeah. I don't have any heater in mine, but I leave the pump and the filter running all winter. And I need to figure out how to video it because it'll freeze all the way across like an inch thick, but you can see the water running through the waterfall, like through the ice.
Oh, okay. See,
It's pretty cool.
I've got a sponge filter in mine, so where the air comes up from the sponge filter, that area won't be covered
Yeah.
with ice, but the rest of
Keeps
it
it
will.
open. Yeah,
And
mine's
at
like
that point, I think the ice is actually insulating the water a little bit, keeping it
oh
from
yeah,
cooling
I
off
think
as
it
fast.
does. I think it does. And the only time I've ever lost any fish is we lost power for 3 days, so the pump quit,
hmm
and then I
I
couldn't
went
get to
out
the
there and
pump.
broke the ice when it didn't have
Yeah,
power.
yeah. I don't break the ice. If I do anything to the ice, I take like the big auger drill bits, like the big ones,
hmm
and drill a bunch of holes in it. But supposedly, here's another fish rumor: if you break the ice, you have a potential of breaking the fish's eardrums, which I don't know that that's true because I've inadvertently stepped on it and stepped through it, and they were fine. Yeah, Jorge, what is this that you call ice? That's what you get in your bourbon. Never seen it before. Well, come to my house for Christmas, Jorge, and you'll see some ice, and you can help me scrape windows and stuff.
Yeah, I'll take a picture of it for you, Mexicali.
Yeah,
It only
I'll
happens a couple times a year here, but when it does, we walk around the neighborhood when the power's out and take pictures of all the trees that are broken.
yeah. I don't remember who it was. We had a tornado right outside of town, and there were people from YouTube sending me messages about, "Are you by that tornado?" And I sent them pictures about, yeah, check it out. It's right there.
Oh man.
We're standing outside watching it. The whole neighborhood too. You could see my neighbors standing outside, and everybody's standing out there with a beer or whatever they're drinking, all taking video and pictures. And it was like, yeah, we're a bunch of idiots, but it's kind of normal.
Nathan Hovey with the Spirit Award, making Stephen P, giving him that confidence to get outside of his comfort zone, cook something.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, make it easy like grilled cheese.
I'm allowed to cook like 3 things in this house, and the rest of the time I gotta shut up.
Nice.
But I got my 3. When the kids come home, they're like, "Are you gonna make this for us?" I was like, "Well, I guess it's the only thing she
Yeah,
lets me make."
right?
Yeah, and I'm like Steven. I can grill like a mad dog.
There we
Grilling
go.
outside is
Yeah.
grilling outside is one thing. Cooking on a stove is a whole nother deal.
I enjoy both, but I've always been very interested in food. So,
Yeah.
and when my mom and I are doing a task together and working cooperatively, uh, that's actually our best quality time that we have together, I would say, is when we're both like, yeah, a lot of Thanksgivings, like, oh, well, we got to prep this and make this, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
split it up, you know what I mean? But like, gradually like working towards like the meal, you know what I mean? Like, it's real nice.
Yeah.
We do pretty well.
I'm usually not allowed around Thanksgiving except when it's time to eat. But when it's July 4th, everybody's fully expected me to be outside with the grill going, which is fine. I got no
Yeah.
problem with that. I got a covered patio with a TV and a refrigerator and a grill. I can deal with that.
Heck yeah. Hey,
Hmm.
can we get a link up for, oh my goodness, only Oscars coming up. Want to see some Oscar action this evening. I'm excited. Got to
Yeah.
do some water changes while I do that, but I'll keep my earbuds in so I can hear what's going on, so I can keep up with the gossip.
Yeah. But you need to come on earlier for us old guys who go to bed. You come on like
Well,
7.
yeah, I mean that's true, but at the same time, like only Oscars is like one of the main anchors of the late
Oh,
night,
yeah. The late
uh,
night, which
the late
I get
night
to.
American streams. You know what I mean? Like we're mixing it up with all the Australians and
I get to
everybody.
see. Well, like tonight, I could probably stay up another hour or so before I pass out. But I'm usually asleep way before you come on. Sometimes I jump in and say hi, and then
Right,
I
and I
pass out.
appreciate it, and I know that everybody's schedule is different, and I know that I'm on the minority end over here um,
Hmm.
for U.S. But I mean, like, man, I've got some great friends from around the world, and it's a good crowd. So I'm happy to be hanging with them. So come hang out when you can, and when you can't, that's cool too, man.
Yeah, I try. I try to at least catch the first part. My wife never says anything because she does the same thing with Netflix. She's watching all these series. There's 4 million episodes of whatever,
Yeah,
and she'll start one and like 10 minutes into it, she's gone. And I'm like,
yeah,
well, we're watching the beginning of this one for the fourth time tomorrow
yep,
because she just can't make it to the end of one. I just laugh. It's like, yep, now I got the remote. Back to something good.
hey man,
And
it happens to the best of us. But you want to know
oh
what?
yeah,
Falling asleep in a good chat or a good stream, you know what I mean? Even if you're not looking at the chat, like man, such a such a great way to spend your time.
yeah. And half the time, like if I leave here, this is on my laptop.
Hmm.
I'll start, who knows, Silver Creek Aquatics and hit his playlist, and then I'll go to bed and I'll just let his playlist play.
Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and the next day I may pick, who knows, and just let it play. If I give him a little bit of watch hours, I give him some watch hours while I'm snoring.
Right.
You know.
I'm looking forward to doing that more in the fish room. I've got a television that I
Hmm.
need to hang on a wall somewhere, so I need to make some space for it.
Yeah.
And I want to get it so that I have YouTube and Netflix and stuff like that. And I want to do different things like want to have music playing and like old westerns playing on that screen. while I'm in there doing water changes. Like that feels like a good
Yeah,
ADD grind. You know what I
I'm
mean?
I'm a sucker for that. If nobody's on, which is rare, but there are certain days there's nobody on, I got a John Wayne flick or something playing,
Yeah,
and I'm
man.
just
Like
I'm just
good
wandering
stuff.
around here changing water or whatever, listening to that.
Yeah. So yeah, like different themes.
Hmm. There's another guy that I watch. I told Jimmy P about him, and he's like, "You asshole." He's called the Fat Electrician on YouTube,
Okay.
and he's not fat, but he is an electrician, and he takes like it's mostly military stuff, but just the way that he does things, you're just like, "Oh my god." You don't want your children to watch it because he'll come right
No.
on and say, "In the first 30 seconds, you can't cuss. After that, it's on."
Oh wow.
And just the crazy stuff this guy comes up with is like, I had no idea the United States stole a German submarine and put it in a museum in Chicago. And that's true. It's there.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, and he just random. There's like a horse that was like world famous in World War II. I didn't know there's a horse that was world famous in New York. In World War II, it's like, what the
I think that the we lost the battery in the garage.
hell? I think so. You're not even
And
your icon.
it's time to quit anyway. I'm 3 minutes late. Anything you want to say to the group?
No, it's just I don't know if you were here when I was talking about your brother Vibes. Were you in here?
Yeah, I was listening.
Yeah,
It's
he's gonna
going
do
on
a
tomorrow
live.
night.
Yeah, he's gonna do a live stream and throw his link out, and anybody that wants to jump up, jump up.
Heck yeah,
I'll probably jump up, and make a fool of myself. So,
nothing wrong with that.
yep, I'm a professional.
Well, I love you guys. Have a great night. I'll see you in the chat and only Oscar stream. Have a great one.
Yeah, I'll see if I can